this is the fourth outing for you now, is it?
Yes, it is.
God, so, I mean, it's crazy because I still think of Bride of Chucky as relatively recent, but that's been nearly 20 years,
I
hasn't
know.
it?
I can't believe it was 20 years ago. And it's hard because Don writes these movies for me, and I'm supposed to be the same age that I was 20 years ago. So it's like I'm just holding on by a fingernail. It's like, Jennifer, when he got the new script for me, he's like, Jennifer, I put you in the movie, and he goes, and you're really hot in the movie. You have some scenes where you're really hot, and I'm like, oh my God.
You've done so many roles, but
Right.
how much of an impact has this role had on your career? Would you say?
Well, I always say Chucky killed my career. But of course, I'm just joking. And Don doesn't like when I say that. But what I mean by that is everybody associates me with the Chucky movies. Like 9 out of 10 people who recognize me on the street, it's from the Chucky movies. And I'll get off the plane in a little country I didn't even know existed, and they know one word, and that word is Chucky. And everybody, they'll come running up to me and they want to hug me. And I had no idea until the advent of social media how crazy the Chucky universe is and how hardcore the Chucky fans are. They're like the best fans in the world. The Chucky fans are like Trekkie fans. I mean, they know everything about the Chucky franchise. They've seen every Chucky movie more than once, several times, maybe many, many times. And then they come up to me at conventions and they're dressed like Chucky and they have Tiffany tattoos on their legs and they want me to sign like their arms, and then they go out and get their arms tattooed with my signature. And so they're really something about Chucky people love.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's premiering this week, the UK premiere at Fright Fest.
I know, it's sold out.
Yeah, in front of hundreds of genre fans. I mean, what's your relationship like with the horror genre? I mean, I suppose, have you kind of had to get a bit more into it in the last 20 years?
Yeah, you know what? When I first did the first Chucky movie, I didn't know anything about horror movies. I mean, I'd seen The Odd Nightmare on Elm Street, and I wasn't really into the horror films, But when I got to know Don Mancini, who created the Chucky movies, he loves horror movies, and we started going. He took me out to all these films and sort of was showing me that there's such beauty in the horror genre. And in his movies, I don't know if you catch them, but there are so many homages to films that came before. Like, he's a big Brian De Palma fan. In fact, I think on Cedar Chucky, the guy who did the music for it was the guy who did the music for Blowout, Pino Donaggio. And so a lot of times, with tracking shots, like the last one, Curse of Chucky, it was a little bit of a tip of the hat to Wait Until Dark. Fiona's in the wheelchair and she's being chased by the Chucky doll. And so, Don's really gotten me to love the horror genre. And horror movies now are kind of my favorite movies to go see because there's nothing better than being scared and then realizing that it's just a movie. But sometimes my boyfriend and I come home from horror movies and we like following each other around the house. Phil will see, I'm leaving the kitchen, I'm going into the living room. I'm like, I'll come with you. Yeah. So that's a really good horror movie where it sort of follows you home from the movie theater. Actually, when I saw Paranormal Activity, I couldn't sleep for 3 days because I also thought you were safe from ghosts. If you were with somebody else, I didn't realize that the ghost can enter your body while you're lying in bed next to your boyfriend. So yeah,
pretty terrifying.
That's the thing that's scary about horror movies is a lot of them they'll follow a convention. So you're like, oh, you're okay if you don't stay in the house alone with the crazed murderer. But the best horror movies, they subvert those conventions. So you think that you're safe, and then because you're doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing in a horror movie, then you're not safe at all. And that's what Dom does with the Chucky movies. Like, you never know what to expect. In fact, in Curse of Chucky, the last one, the really cute little girl, in the original script, she was killed. And I was like, oh my God, that's so fantastic. She's like, you're my best friend, Chucky. And all of a sudden, like, blood goes all over the sheets. He's like, and Universal's like, no. No, we do not kill the kids. Not done. We do not kill the kids in
Kids
the
and
Chucky
animals
movies.
never
Right,
die.
yes.
Yeah. And do you remember the first time you ever watched Child's Play, the original Child's Play? And, how scared were you by this guy as an audience member?
I never saw the original Child's Play. After I did Bride of Chucky, I saw some of it on TV. So I really hadn't seen any Chucky movies up until doing my Chucky movie. And then, I don't know, I guess I'm a lazy actress. I didn't even go out and do any homework. I was like, I don't know, I don't really
don't need
need to research. Like, I'm being chased by a crazy doll. It's like, what? I mean, I can imagine that. So I haven't really seen any of the other Chucky movies.
So obviously you've played Tiffany, the woman, Tiffany the doll. You've
right.
played a kind of version of Jennifer Tilly as
Right,
well. I mean,
yes.
where's your character at now at this point?
I
in
know,
Cult of
it's
Chucky?
kind of like that Christopher Walken movie, Who Am I This Time? It's like in Cult of Chucky, it's like, okay, am I Tiffany and Jennifer Tilly's body? And we actually filmed a scene where I came in and I said, hello, I'm Jennifer Tilly, world famous poker champion and Academy Award nominated actress. I think I'm a very good role model. And so we filmed that. And then we also filmed where I came in and I said, yes, I'm Tiffany Ray. You know, I'm the guardian of the child. So the Universal said, no, it's just too confusing. Can you please not say her name, you know? So they didn't use the one where I said I was Jennifer Tilly. But Dawn said to me, Tiffany is in Jennifer Tilly's body, and now that Tiffany is an international movie star, she wants to be classy because I showed up with 2 suitcases of trashy outfits for Tiffany, and Dawn's like, no, now she's going to be like Carol, like Kate Blanchett and Carol. She wants to be very elegant and classy, so, you know, put away your spandex and your shiny pants and your push-up bras and your corsets. This is a new
changed woman
Tiffany.
now.
Yeah, she's an elegant Tiffany.
You always think of, you know, you and Chucky as such a brilliant sort of pair with such good chemistry, but how much involvement do you and Brad actually have working together and acting together?
Well, when we first did the seed of the Bride of Chucky, they brought me into the studio to do all the recording with him. And so it's really great. They figured out a way where we could overlap and improvise. So that's where you see we have like such comfort with each other in the first movie, because I would throw out like an ad lib and he would ad lib back. In fact, when we were having sex and I said, Chucky, do you have a rubber? I ad libbed that. And then he said, what are you talking about, baby? I'm all rubber. So that was something we kind of came up with on the spot. So we have a really good rapport, and I think it shows in the way that the dolls interact with each other. And he's such a great actor too. So it's like playing tennis with somebody that will always lob the ball back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, without spoiling too much, this time you've got Fiona to act alongside as well. I mean, what was that like?
Oh my God, it's so fabulous. And she's such a brilliant actor and actress. Well, I guess you call actresses actors now. And she's so beautiful and she's so phenomenal. I was in the last movie, but I didn't have any scenes with her. But I have some scenes with her this time. And I have to say, I love it. I love working with her. She's really, you know, she's just great. She's great. I hope I'll have more scenes with her in the future.
Yeah, so finally then, what is next for Chucky and Tiffany? I mean, will we see them again after this movie?
I don't know, but I always say the only thing that kills Chucky is bad box office. So far, we haven't had that. I think Chucky's going to live forever. I think it's hysterical. At the end of every Chucky movie, he's dismembered or killed in like really, really brutal ways, and he always manages like to put himself back together and just crawl into the next sequel. So I'm sure Don has a lot of surprises up his sleeve. When he's writing, he's always keeping in mind, where's the franchise coming? And he's got like so many ideas that it's just a thrill, as I said, to get the script in the mail and see what's happening next.